Welcome to News West 9's West Texas View with Johnny Lou Avery.
Welcome to the West Texas View. I'm Johnny Lou Avery, and it is such a pleasure to bring to you two people that probably most of you have seen around the Permian Basin because they're out and about bringing people into the Midland area, primarily to play, to learn, to just enjoy themselves. We have a lot of people that are working hard at the Midland Convention and Visitors Bureau to provide a lot of venues for people to come into Midland and enjoy them. And I'd like to introduce to you Galia Olivas and also Christopher Havens. And before we get started, I want you to talk a little bit about you and how you came to be in this job. And let me start with you, Galia.
Well, I started in sales several years ago, and initially I worked for a hotel property here in Midland, and had such a great time selling Midland. I thought, why stop with one facility? So I went to the Convention and Visitors Bureau, and I've been there 7 years. And our job is to sell Midland, and it's a wonderful city to sell, so it's an easy job.
That's a perfect introduction, Galia. And what about you, Christopher?
Well, I moved back to Midland about 6 years ago, and at that time I took over the executive directorship of the Bush Home and the George W. Bush Childhood Home, and I loved it so much, and the position came open with Galia, and it was a perfect match, and I've loved it and been there ever since.
And so both of you have been in Midland long enough to know that the people are wonderful to work with, and whether you're working in the sports area or the conventions,
Yes.
or just tourists that come into the community, we've got a lot to offer, and you're proud to tell it.
We do. We have an incredible amount to offer. We do.
Well, I want you to tell a little bit. We've pretty much already talked about what the mission is, so I want you to talk about the functions and the services that you offer at the Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Well, we have several different functions within our housing, but our markets are separated, and we have corporate, we have association, we have government, we have SMRF, which is its own little bird. It's not the blue man. It stands for social, military, education, religious, and fraternal. So there's many markets that we sell to Midland, and each one of them is critical to our city and to the CVB. And we offer, as you indicated, wonderful hospitality and servicing, as well as many avenues in our city to sell.
And so few people understand that tourism and bringing people into your community is new money, and that's one of our biggest industries.
Oh, absolutely. It brings in millions and millions of dollars each year. Just for the events that we serviced, we track somewhere between $15 and $20 million each year of spending that hits every facet of our community throughout the hospitality industry, but then goes down through salaries all the way down to helping you pay your mortgage and property taxes.
And a lot of people don't understand that when I follow a little league team and come to Midland to play, I have to stop and eat and get gas, and usually have to go shopping and some other things like that. And so there's a real trickle-down effect when you get anybody in here. And I know that there's always really innovative things that you're doing just to get the tourists to spend an extra day here. And I used to know what the figure was if a tourist, a family, spent one extra day in a community, they spent about $180 a family.
Around, it's about probably averages out to about $150,
conservatively,
overnight, visitors. So I mean, a whole family of four can traditionally spend anywhere from $300 to $500, just for one night, between, again, going out and eating and shopping and visiting our city and enjoying it.
And we have people that come here just for our symphonies. And some of the plays that Midland College or the community theater puts on.
Wonderful attractions here as well. We have the Commemorative Air Force Museum, the Petroleum Museum. That's just a few of the fine things that we have to offer for people that really aren't familiar with our area. But then we also sell it to the local region. New Mexico comes in, Texas comes in, because it is a prime location of the Permian Basin.
And with the regional airport.
Absolutely.
But I want us to talk a little bit about how you go about doing this. How do you get your people to say, I'm going to have the Little League state tournament in Midland, Texas?
Well, I think one of the most important thing is that we do nothing really alone. I mean, we work with all of our community partners. We're there to absolutely enhance everything that we do. And so we work with, whether it's an ASA affiliate, whether it's the Midland Softball Association, whether it's a Little League Association, a basketball association, we're there to really just help them and provide that extra either meeting planning or facility management or any kind of assistance that will really, help entice people to come in, whether it's financial or even down to just name badges and registration assistance.
And the little gift bags that you give for conferences.
Right.
Plus, we have great venues to offer
Absolutely.
these events for. I mean, we have prime venues in Midland, Texas.
And not every community has
That's
that.
right.
And they work.
Yes.
Right.
Because we just had a little conference and the sound system didn't work.
Well, and I think that's an important point, and I think, Midland's always been a huge economic center for the New Mexico and West Texas region, and I think even for any kind of convention in sports, we're still that economic epicenter, and that we work really, really hard to provide any type of facility, whether it's sports or whether you're having a business meeting, that, we enhance and bring that kind of value to you, where you can have your continuing education, and it's very beneficial to your members or to your employees.
And you've done a great job in working with our colleges and our public schools and all of those about having conventions and conferences. But I want us to talk a little bit about if family groups want to come in and have their reunions here and those kinds of things. We're going to have to take a break right now, but we're going to be back in just a minute and continue this conversation, so join us then.
Stay tuned. West Texas View will be right back.